Hi everybody, it's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography, and welcome to a brand new series here on the YouTube channel. This is going to be, in theory, a weekly vlog, and I don't really know what to call it yet. I'm thinking of using my old Photography Geek name, so this will be the Photography Geek Show, or the Photography Geek Vlog, or something like that. So, I actually had a great plan for this today, but as with all first episodes, things did not go according to plan. So what I had done was I had headed into the city early this morning with the intention of shooting some stuff for my Streets of Dublin project, and I did some really good pieces to camera. I thought I was quite wise, and I had some good things to say, but unfortunately, yeah, it didn't go so well. For some bizarre reason, the audio on my Canon G7X, which I was using to record with, was totally garbled. I think there was like dirt in the microphone, and then all it was recording was the sound of the image stabilizer in the autofocus system, and me kind of muffled in the background. So things did not get off to a good start. But anyway, moving on. So the idea for this blog or vlog going forward is going to be kind of a mishmash of stuff. So unlike my other ones like Street Photo Diary and Photo Wander, this is going to be a little bit of everything. So for this first episode, I am going to walk you through kind of a shoot that I did earlier today. So I filmed it from the point of view of the camera with my GoPro, and the idea was, as I said, was to get some footage for my Streets of Dublin project, but also what I wanted to do was I kind of just wanted to go out and shoot some stuff and just kind of get back into it. See, I've been kind of suffering from creative block lately, and I think part of the reason is I'm shooting and doing so much stuff for the blog, for my writing, and for a lot of stuff for technical stuff. So I end up finding myself that I'm doing a lot of testing, and I'm shooting stuff for testing, and it's kind of impacting me from a creative point of view. I kind of just really don't like the stuff I'm shooting anymore. Being creative is actually kind of tough sometimes, and you kind of have to look after your creative side of your brain as well. So with that in mind, what I did was I took out my old D700, which is kind of one of my favourite cameras to shoot with. I started in the local park, and then from there I headed in around the city to kind of get some street and cityscape stuff. Okay, so I'm back in the office and back at my computer, and I have stuck the memory card in, so let's see what the images turned out like. Okay, so I'm here in Lightroom. Okay, so I have all my input settings set up, and just hit import, and just give this a second to import everything. So often as I'm importing stuff, I'll kind of have a look at things while they're importing, just to see if they're any good or not. So the idea for this shoot was, I wanted to get some stuff from my Streets of Dublin blog, which if you haven't seen it before, let me just kind of give you a quick look. So I started the Streets of Dublin website a couple of years ago now, and the idea was, it was a project I wanted to showcase Dublin as not the kind of twee old Irish city and the kind of stereotypes of the leprechauns and the DLI music that everybody thinks Dublin is, because Dublin's actually quite a vibrant modern city. It's quite multicultural and there's a lot of interesting things in it. And when I started the project, that's kind of what I wanted to show, was just the way my take on Dublin. So I have this website, and I've kind of neglected it a bit lately, so I'm really want to go back to focusing on it a bit more. This is importing into Lightroom, and it's going to take a little while, so I will skip ahead through the magic of editing. So, okay, so it's finished importing, and more importantly, I have my cup of coffee, which is essential to the whole process. So let's have a look and see what we got. The way I kind of like to go through stuff is, I'll go through it once, pick the ones I like, and the way I generally do it is, I will give something I want to go back to 5 stars. And then if there's something I really like, I'll give it a red label as well. So when I was shooting this, I realized I wasn't kind of far back enough to get it all in, but if I did go far back, then there was this tree in the way, as you can see here. So what I did was, I got a bit closer, and then I shot multiple shots so I could do kind of a panorama. So let me just merge those. This also gives me an opportunity to show you one of the new features in the latest version of Lightroom, and that is this create stack option. So what that'll do is, once I merge the panorama, this will stack all the images that I used to create it with. Just kind of keeps your folder nice and tidy. Okay, so I let that do its thing. So I ended up, this kind of ended up doing a lot of public transport stuff, which kind of works for the Streets of Dublin blog, so that's kind of okay. There's this lovely old Vespa too that I was trying to get a good shot of. This kind of works with the person walking by. And then there's this old building, which that's actually not a bad shot. And then there's one with the tram going by. So it was kind of hard to know where it was the best spot for this. So I could do it like kind of in the middle. Which is kind of what I got here, but also it's kind of going around the corner, so that's fairly good as well. Again, part of this, as I said, was me trying to get my mojo back. So a lot of this stuff is, I just wanted to shoot something. I didn't care whether it was good or not. This is a pretty cool shot. Again, that's actually not a bad shot. That's kind of crap. So here's an example to show you a shot that isn't good. This is not a good shot because this is blocking this. The composition's all wrong, and I won't use this because it's not good. It's not good enough. There was flags up for Pride Week, and it was kind of a rough exposure, so I shot bracketed, and I can possibly merge these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I shot 5 brackets, so we'll merge these. Okay, let's hit merge. We'll come back to that. I'm not going to bore you with this, so I will do a time lapse and speed it up.
You and I, we're always on the edge. We fight and make love at the same time. Would you break up just because I told you what I did last night? I recall the times you said you're sorry. I'm still not sure if you told lies, but I don't care, it's all forgotten now. We're holy when we touch anyhow. Holy when we touch anyhow. Give me a chance to make it right. Just let me touch you like the first time. We don't need answers to survive. Just let us keep on with the black guys. With
So there we have it. I have gone through the whole shoot now and picked out my selects, edited the images, kind of done a basic edit. Probably may need to do some more work on some of them, but that's kind of all I'm going to do for today. So all I need to do now is export them and they're ready to go. I can put them in a blog post and or use them on Instagram or whatever. So before I finish up, there's actually a couple of things I do want to talk about with regards to the D700. So the D700, as I said earlier, it's about 7 or 8 years old now. I can't remember exactly when I got mine, and it is still a really good camera, and I love shooting with it. In fact, it's probably one of my favourite cameras to shoot with. However, it is starting to show its age. I know lots of people say, you read online, oh, there's no need for a new camera, every camera's great, blah blah blah. But you can actually definitely clearly see how cameras have advanced since the D700 came out. And don't get me wrong, I'm not giving out about it. I think it's a great camera, as I said. However, one of the things I particularly notice is you can really see the difference between this and modern cameras when it comes to dynamic range. Especially in the highlights, you don't have nearly as much highlight recovery, but even just overall, the general intensity of light and colours that the camera can capture compared to, say, even the D800, which I had the chance to play around with recently, the difference is quite significant and you can really see it. But yeah, so the D700 was a legendary camera, and I'm glad that I still have mine and it still works perfectly. But as I said, it does start to show its age, especially when you compare it to newer cameras. One other thing before I go, I have something cool. I got sent this cool little thing. It's called Lens Ball, and the manufacturer sent it to me to review, which I will get around to shortly. But I just thought I'd show it to you while we're waiting, and maybe this will be in the next episode. So basically, it is a glass sphere, which is kind of cool, and I think they're kind of using it for Instagram. Use it with your phone to get kind of a fisheye type effect. It's actually really good. I haven't really played with it properly yet, but I will be reviewing it in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this first episode of the Photography Geek show, or whatever I end up calling this. I still don't really have a good name for this vlog, so if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you found this useful or interesting or entertaining or any of the above. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe and share. Okay, thanks for watching once again, and see you next time.